Howdy gang, I was planning on making another video today and putting it up until I saw that my friend Dustin from Venture Music Marketing was gotten a little bit of a kerfuffle with his comments about Chappell Roan firing her manager right after she got a Grammy nomination and worked with this manager a long time. So I thought, even before I finished my first cup of coffee, and yes, even though I moved to London, it's still coffee. I'm American. So let's talk about managers. Hey, if you're new here, I'm Ed Pedersen. I've been an artist. I've been a producer. I've been a songwriter. I've been doing this for 32 years, full-time, professionally. Let me help you with the music business. So what does a manager do? So here, let's start there. First of all, a manager, a good one, will take their entire experience in the business, all of their connections, all of their savvy, and try to bring that to you as an artist to further your career, to manage that career. Because as someone who was an artist and still is an artist, because I have a new record coming out next year, I've had several managers in my career, some better than others, but none of them so far were malicious. And it was just a situation of what was the right person for me, for my style of music, for where I wanted to go with it. You know, as an artist, you have to be reasonable, right? I mean, if you're not super cute and jump around and have like catchy pop music, there's a certain type of manager for you. There's a certain type of manager for that. And they have their own connections, experience, and savvy. And it's a marriage. It's a marriage. Here's the bad part of it for the manager is they only make money when you make money. So obviously it's like you're selling rugs or clothing on commission, which I've done. You have to make money, so they want you to make money for them to make money. And a lot of the times, if you sever that relationship with them, that's it. I mean, there are like grandfather clauses or whatever they call it sometimes where, and I've seen this, where an artist has to pay a manager for 5 years. I think that's the longest I've ever seen. And that was with a really, really big act. But they had to pay the manager after severing ties for 5 years after they severed ties with them. Now, but that's not always the case. So you could work with a manager for 5 years and then suddenly start getting successful. Somebody new comes along and says, hey, oh, that guy's a schmuck. I can do much better for you. I can do this, and that, and, you know, get rid of them. And it happens every day. I've seen it. I've seen it as a producer. And the problem is, most of the time, if not all the time, it doesn't work out that way. And then you've let someone go who's worked really, really hard for you. Now, I don't know the situation with Chappell Roan. Apparently, somebody told me she had good reason to, break up with her manager. The problem there is it's a bad look. It's bad form when you fire them right after you finally get to the pinnacle of your career. I don't know. But managers work, the good ones, work really, really hard. They're there as like a consigliere. You know what I'm saying? You know, every family, there's a lot of buffers in the family. Because, and my grandmother's Sicilian, you need someone who's a buffer. You need someone who's an excellent consigliere to give you good advice and to use their connections, to use the relationships they've built, and they've built trust amongst the other people in the industry so that when they introduce you and your music and your art to them, they're not only more receptive, they'll probably give you a chance they wouldn't give other people in the same situation because your manager has built that trust and relationships with them. So I can tell you that Dustin from Venture Music Marketing is an excellent human being who works very hard. He knows his business. He used to be a manager, and Venture Music Marketing are excellent. They study all the different trends and everything that's come before, and they're looking ahead. You want them on your side. Don't throw hate around because he's telling the truth, or at least his truth, right? The other thing I would throw into this is artists are pain in the asses, okay? They don't understand. They want everything now. They're a little bit unreasonable. They don't understand all the facets, which I can't even go into here, that a manager does, what they're capable of, and why you need one. They just want it now. They want the money. Give me the monies. You know what I mean? And, sometimes a manager is going to suggest things for you that you don't want to do. Well, guess what? Then you just say no. But unless you entered into a bad marriage with that manager, with that situation in the first place, I don't know if it looks great to let them go as soon as you get a Grammy nomination. And this is after the manager had worked with her when she got dumped from her first deal, got her another deal to put her in the position where she is now. Look, I don't know her. I don't know the manager. It's just a bad look. I don't know that I would have the lack of conscience to do that. Now, maybe if she has a problem, and again, I'm not saying it's not warranted, but if she has a problem, you could do it somewhere down the line, 6 months from now, a year from now, whatever. Or talk to them about it now and say, look, I'm thinking of making a move. Let's not make this public yet, but I'm unhappy about this, this, and this. And I think that we should slowly go through a transition so it doesn't look bad for either of us. I mean, again, so the point is, act like an adult, not a petulant child, right? And I'm not calling her a petulant child, but I know many artists that I've come in contact with as an artist and as a producer who are freaking petulant children who just want, they're throwing their toys from the pram. See, I'm learning stuff here in Britain. Just look, it's a relationship like any other relationship. You have to make it work. And I've told you before, relationships. That's what makes you successful in the music business. And that includes your own people. Just act like a human being. Leave Dustin alone. Free Dustin.